Shalom. First and foremost, before I begin this lesson, I want to say, Call hello, Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem Rakha HaKodash. Double honors go out to our apostles, elders, great millstone, who rule and teach well. Shalom, Barakim to you, brothers and sisters out there. Alright, this is Brother Malachi from the Great Millstone Nashville camp. And Lord willing that this lesson is edifying to the hopefully elect. So I got this word up here, slave. Because that's, this is the future of you 17 heathen nations. Starting with Esau Edom, the so-called white man. Slavery is what's coming to you and your household and your family. Alright, because that's what you put us through. Right, which we're still in slavery to this day. Alright. So, hold on. I know it's in, I think, 1 Thessalonians. Second, Salaki. Oh, I can just read it from there. 2 Thessalonians chapter 1, verse 6. Seeing it is a righteous thing with God to recompense tribulation to them that trouble you. So you're going to be, matter of fact, let me get that word for recompense. In the NLT it says, in his justice he will pay back those who persecute you. Which our persecution isn't over. And really it hasn't even started in this lifetime, like how it's about to with Jacob's trouble, Jeremiah 13:7. Alright, Revelations 12 and 12. Alright, we all know those scriptures. Unless you're a newcomer. If you've been watching for a few months or especially a couple years, you've heard about the Revelations 12 and 12. Jacob's trouble, because it's prophecy, right? All we deal with really is prophecy. That's the main topic at hand. So this is the word for recompense. It says G467. I'm going to go ahead and play it.
Strong's G467. Antapadidomi. Antapadidomi.
And it says, to requite good or evil, recompense, render, repay. So yeah, it's really plain. Basically saying the same thing. Didn't even really have to go into that one, but just to see if there was any more meat on that bone. Let me grab this. Revelations chapter 13, verse 9 to 10. It says, if any man have an ear, let him hear. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Here is the patience and the faith of the saints. Okay, so especially starting with Esau Edom, the so-called white race, along with the other 16 nations, they led the Israelites into captivity. So they're going to go into captivity. It's only right? An eye for an eye, tooth for a tooth. Isaiah chapter 49 and verse 22. Thus saith the Lord Yahweh, behold, I will lift up mine hand to the Gentiles and set up my standard to the people. And they shall bring thy sons in their arms, and thy daughters shall be carried upon their shoulders. And kings shall be thy nursing fathers, and their queens thy nursing mothers. They shall bow down to thee with their face toward the earth, and lick up the dust of thy feet. And thou shalt know that I am Yahweh, for they shall not be ashamed that wait for me. So, yeah, let me get that in the NLT. It says, kings and queens will serve you and care for all your needs. They will bow to the earth before you and lick the dust from your feet, which that's not literal. All right, we're not going to have people licking our feet. That's, come on, bro. But it's talking about them being in servitude. Subservience, I believe, is the word. Let's see. Subservience. Oh no, that's a movie. That is a movie. Slovakia. Well, how about we just get the etymology of servitude? Slavery, bondage, condition of being enslaved. as slaves. So basically it's going in the same thing we started with, right? Slave. There's another one in Isaiah. Just gotta find it. It deals with building up our walls. Here we go. Isaiah chapter 60, verse 10. It says, "The sons of strangers shall build up thy walls, and their kings shall minister unto thee. For in my wrath I smote thee, but in my favor have I had mercy on thee." Right. So right now we're like it says in Jeremiah, we're drinking of that cup, but the Lord has an expected end for us. We're not going to be in this downtrodden position forever. Right? We're at the end. So pretty soon, you nations are going to be put into servitude. Right? You're going to become slaves onto the Israelites, which was, really the whole point in the heathens being created to begin with, to serve us. Right? Yahweh Ratazawar of the elect will be the first fruits in the kingdom. To enjoy that reward. All right, now after that 1,000 years of hardcore bondage, the nation of Edom, the so-called white man, is going to be cut off from the earth. And the other 16 nations are going to go back to their lands. They're going to have more liberty, but they're still going to be tributary onto us. Okay? It's not like they're just going to go back to worshiping idols. No, there ain't going to be no gods in that day. It's only Yahweh Bashmel Shai in the kingdom. Right, and then, of course, the elect man is a lowercase g God. But, the Alahayim, but there's going to be no idols. All right, you only worship Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Yahweh Yahweh Shai. So actually what I wanted to grab was this 2 Samuel, because I was reading 2 Samuel, the 12th chapter, and at the end, because the scriptures talk about how the tabernacles of David are going to be raised up. Well, part of the tabernacles being raised up and reestablished is you heathen nations in captivity. All right, so 2 Samuel chapter 12, verse 30 to 31, it says, "And he took their king's crown from off his head, the weight whereof was a talent of gold with the precious stones, and it was set on David's head. And he brought forth the spoil of the city in great abundance. And he brought forth the people that were therein, and put them under saws, and under harrows of iron, and under axes of iron, and made them pass through the brick kiln. And thus did he unto all the cities of the children of Ammon," which is the modern day Japanese. "So David and all the people returned unto Jerusalem." Now let me get that in the NLT. It's actually where I originally had it pulled up when I started this lesson, because the wording. 2 Samuel chapter 12, verse 31 in the NLT, it says, "He also made slaves of the people of Rabbah, and forced them to labor with saws, iron picks, and iron axes, and to work in the brick kilns. This is how he dealt with the people of all the Ammonite towns. Then David and all the army returned to Jerusalem." So, same thing's going to happen in this time period, right? Yahweh Shai, he's going to return, like it says in Revelation 19, and he's going to take down these other kingdoms, and then, of course, under him, the elect, taking out the rebels and taking down these kingdoms, and putting them into subjection, into slavery, starting with the elite banker families, all right, the Amalekites. So, it's all written, matter of fact, let me get one more, Baruch. Baruch chapter 4, verse 25. It says, "My children, suffer patiently the wrath that has come upon you from God. For thine enemy hath persecuted thee. But shortly thou shalt see his destruction, and shalt tread upon his neck." All right, so we're going to have all you heathen nations into captivity. It's plain. There's no getting around that. And everybody seems to have a problem with that. But when it's the other way around, and Israel's getting fucked up and jacked up by the oppressor, nobody says shit. But as soon as we come out and say justice is coming, now we're terrorists. Now we're a hate group. All right, now we're just the worst thing next to Adolf, and that's not the reality. All right, that's not the reality of this situation. We're telling you that righteous judgment is coming upon the earth, and it's about damn time, man. All right, Yahweh Shemel Shai is fed up with this shit. Esau ain't gonna do it, so the Lord's like, I'm not gonna hold my tongue no more. All right, He's gonna make things right, as he always has. You people are gonna learn. There's order. All right? You can't just do whatever the hell you want. You need to follow the ways of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. Which I was thinking about, hold my tongue no more. That's in 2nd Ezra, but what was that other one? Yeah, Isaiah 59. I'm not going to grab it, but I think it's Isaiah 59 and 15. How the Lord is displeased. He sees that the righteous are a prey. Right, so if you got a problem with the heathen nations going into captivity, you're not part of the elect. All right, that's really the bottom line with that. You're not really a believer of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. You don't really believe in the scriptures. Okay? So, it's just something I wanted to bring attention to. And Lord willing that it's edifying to the elect. Before I close, I want to give all praise to Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, B'Shem Rechad Gudash. Double honors, of course, go out to our apostles, Ezra Gray Millstone. Shalom.